You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales. Streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Crap. Don't you hate it when you yawn at the most inopportune times? It got down to 4 and suddenly I was like, oh, crap. What's up, everybody? It's Talking Treats Trivia. And I'm your dude, Chuck, here on the EXP. So good to see all of you. Let's move this away again. Yeah, put that down there so everyone knows.
Wow.
So what?
My earbuds finally connected and you almost blew my eardrums.
Yeah, I've heard I have that effect on some people. John Westhoff is in the house. Good to see you, homie. Yeah, man, dude, we've got another great episode today. My dude, Bret Juliano, who is just, you know what? It's so funny because he's got his book is all about true crime stories and whatnot, though it's done with fun little animals and such. But it's so cute, and yet, or sorry, it's like, you know, it's about the mob and all this kind of dark stuff. But he's such a sweet dude, like a really nice guy. Look at all these people. We got Katrina here. It's loud tonight. Yeah, I thought so. I tried to move it back. Literally, my microphone is pointing away from me. Bill says hi. What's going on, buddy? We have, like I said, we have a freaking great show tonight. Yeah, I love how it's loud. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'm just excited to see you. I'm trying to be quiet, but I'm doing a terrible job. Yeah, but anyways, we've got a friggin' sweet show tonight, and Bret's here, so you know what? Let's do it right now.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Bret Juliano, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on, Chuck.
I'm so excited to do it, man. Absolutely. And I love being able to show everything off. Pastor Mike said, Chuck is never allowed. Oh, I thought pastors weren't allowed to lie. Yeah, dude, it's so I love having you around. I love being able to show you off and talk about all the cool stuff. By the way, are we doing a book this time, or because you always have something new and interesting happening?
So I actually have a deck of playing cards that I'm
that's
kickstarting right now. But yeah, it is the Animal Mobsters.
Nice. And so, I mean, that's mostly what you do is you call them the Mobimals, right?
Yep. So all of my stuff ties together. So as you know, I do Animal Mobsters. My main comic is called Dust Bunny Mafia. It's like Looney Tunes meets The Godfather, newspaper style strips. I've been doing that for over 10 years. And then I've started incrementing and expanding out with based on a true story, where I take real life mobster stories, adapt them, and play with them using my characters. And now Mobimals, where I take real life mobsters that had animal nicknames. I reimagine them as animal counterparts and create their own little, mafia myths to them.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite draw Chuck as a Mobimal? That would be fun. Do you have a favorite like mafioso or a favorite character from that time that you enjoy?
Yeah, one of the mobsters that I find most fascinating is, well, one of the big ones, Lucky Luciano. Who's actually representing on my T-shirt. That is, so this is actually the T-shirt that I feature in my Kickstarter campaign right now. So Charles Lucky Luciano, he's kind of known as the founder of the traditional American Italian mafia. He kind of helped establish the ruling board, the commission of mobsters. So they got away with having like one person on top, and then said, no, we're going to rule this like a business and have a group of leaders making all the decisions between the families. So that's one of the main guys that, is probably my favorite.
That's really cool, man. Something interesting, a kind of connection there is actually Lucky's grandson was my cousin's best friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, really weird. They got along very well, which was, yeah. Doesn't necessarily say great stuff about my cousin, but whatever, man. He was a good dude. I liked him. He never did bad by me, so.
Yeah, it's amazing the details and the ties that can, that just randomly happen.
Right? Have you looked into your own? Because Giuliano, you got to be Italian as well, I assume.
Yep.
Have you looked into your own roots?
I have. The main story that floats around my family is that there were 4 Giuliano brothers, and back in Italy, and one of them, not my great grandfather, but one of the brothers was excommunicated from the family because he sold the same piece of property to multiple families, and it wasn't his property to sell. He didn't own it. He was just a con man that, had this property back in Italy and sold it to the same group of people multiple times. And he eventually got excommunicated, and yeah.
Oh, that's so good. What did Jack's Axe says, dude, that's so hard to say your name and not accidentally swear. The daughter-in-law of Whitey Bulger's second in command lived down the street from my dad as he grew up and made sandwiches for him and his friends. Oh, that's so cool. That's neat. Like the guy who tried to sell the Eiffel Tower, or the Brooklyn Bridge. They used to sell the Brooklyn Bridge too. That's funny. Yeah. So for me, my family is originally from. What's up, Kenneth Bird? Glad to see you around, buddy. My family's originally from Sicily, and I know that part of the family had ties to the Cosa Nostra, but I guess it would be great grandparents wanted nothing to do with that, so they escaped to Canada, and that's all I've been told. They don't know anything else about that. What's that, Wendy?
I said I have a mobster story.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh,
So,
Wendy, let's hear your mobster story.
So my maiden name is Floyd, and I grew up with believing, because I was told, that we were related to Pretty Boy Floyd. I did find out as an adult that was not true.
Yeah, and actually, like, not even just an adult, like in the last because you and I were together when you found out.
Yeah, we were living in Canada.
His last name wasn't even Floyd, was it? Didn't we end up finding that's how we found out or something?
I don't remember.
But yeah, funny stuff.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The lawyer who put Al Capone away retired and built a house in my hometown. See, we've all got these connections. Oh, it's Brian Manel. Oh, so good to see you, Brian. So anyways, we've talked enough mafia stuff for now. Let's actually talk about your books. And so what made you want to do? Is it just because it's good branding, or do you love card games, or what?
Oh yeah, I love card games. I'm a big fan of true crime, and I mean, I've got a whole library down here of books that I've picked up, podcasts that I listen to. I've probably got 60, 70 books of true crime just in my house alone that I've picked up over the years, and I've been slowly making my way through. And the stories just fascinate me. And I've been doing so. A little over 7 years ago, I moved out to Chicago, and I moved to Oak Park. And if you're not familiar with Chicago, Oak Park is where the mobsters of the Chicago outfit lived. So they worked in the city, but Oak Park was the first suburb outside the city of Chicago. And so they had their playground, and then they would come home and want to be as far away from their day-to-day activities as possible. And so there are 15 to 20 mobbed up houses that were different outfit leaders, and a lot of the mobsters from Chicago were buried in Mount Carmel Cemetery, which is right there, not too far from Oak Park. And so I just got, I was already interested in true crime, and then when I moved here to Chicago, it just elevated it. Yeah. And then living in Oak Park, doing these tours, walking the same streets, and doing all this research, I just was like, all right, I need to tell some of these stories. Yeah, my stories are fun, but these are grounded in reality. And some of you won't, I mean, people won't believe the kind of stuff that they had the audacity to pull off.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, I just, you know, kind of went through from there. And as I've been reading, I found out different mobsters have animal nicknames or animal sounding nicknames. And I said, hey, I already do a, you know, comic strip with cartoon characters that are animals. Why not take some of these guys and you know, have some fun with it? So,
Yeah. Dude,
yeah,
I love that idea. I love it so much. Do you know? So, because you already talked about Lucky once, have you heard the story about how Lucky Luciano actually helped the Americans defend themselves against the Nazis?
yep, Operation Underworld.
It's so cool. Can you for those out there, because I think you would know the story better. Can you tell us?
Yeah. So at that time, Lucky Luciano was actually in prison for prostitution charges, and so he was in Dannemora prison in upstate New York, and it was right around the time that the USS Normandy ship got bombed, and so it was this huge freight liner that they were converting into a warship, and the military was taking it over. It was originally a cruise ship, and they were trying to convert it to use it for troops. And at that point, the it got bombed and it sunk in the, or basically sunk in the harbor, and it was unusable. And um, the I want to say it was the FBI. I'm going to mix up which group essentially went to him, but some of the military went to Lucky Luciano and said, hey, we've got a proposition for you. Will you help us basically look for spies on American soil? But we'd like to do it on the docks. And since the docks were very unionized, they were all run by the Italian mob at that point, with the different dock workers, longshoremen, things like that. They He brokered a deal with a guy named Sox Lanza, who was basically the waterfront. He ruled the waterfront in Lucky's place because he was in prison. And Meyer Lansky came up and actually convinced Lucky Luciano to help with it. And Lucky basically gave the go ahead, and they worked for years. And basically, they had whole systems. It was completely confidential. Um, and they had people in the American mob who were trying to, you know, find, you know, root out the spies. And there were several things that they were able to take down. They were able to, at one point, they went into a local union's office and broke in overnight with a crew that was mixed of Italian mobsters and these military naval intelligence people who broke in and safe cracked to find, you know, different memos and things like that, got the information they needed. And then yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. There's a great book actually called Operation Underworld that was just come out a couple of years ago. If you're into true crime or kind of that like spy history, great read.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lucky Luciano actually ended up getting pardoned for his efforts, and they actually, so he was supposed to be basically locked up for a long time. And with the cooperation, the government was able to release him back to Italy. And they basically said, don't come back to the US. Thank you for your service. But then,
Yeah, right.
yeah, get out of here.
but get the hell out. I love that though. So you're doing the card game for Mobimals. What's your favorite card game? Or are you like a solitaire guy?
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I play solitaire once in a while, but if I'm with people, probably rummy or gin. some variation of that. I used to play a lot of hearts in college. Obviously poker's fun, but
Yeah.
you need a whole different crew for that than your standard card game. So
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm a big poker guy myself, and we even did some poker trivia tonight just because you got the cards going on, so I had to.
awesome.
So I guess you've been doing the Mobimals for so long. If you had to do something that wasn't them, what do you think you'd do?
Great question. I am constantly looking to expand and change things up. So like last year, I actually worked with a friend of mine who's a children's author to come up with a all ages mystery novel that's set in my universe, and it's called Detective Potatoes. And it's the case of the coffee apocalypse. And so we teamed up, and this is a good friend of mine, college roommate. He's now a children's author, and he was like, I want to play in your world. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And so we wrote this book that follows my pigeon detective, and basically is an all ages noir novel. And this detective, all the coffee in the city disappears. He has to turn to the mob to, he knows really who's pulling the strings in the city. And, this was a lot of fun to do. We're planning on doing more of those. But, it's a collaboration piece. We worked on the story together. My friend Dan wrote the majority of it. I helped with details and connections and, things like that. And then I illustrated it. So it's this mixed media, like early chapter book, but good for all ages. That's one avenue that I'm, continuing to pursue. I want to write my own, or I'm working on my own draft of a Detective Potatoes novel that's more mature reading. So it's more for adults. I want to get into some of the true crime history and kind of flesh that out, go into stories about Murder Inc. and things like that, and set it in my world. So it's this like cartoon, you know, Sin City. Not that,
Yeah.
you know, not that level of gritty, but I want to go dark, but not
Yeah.
so,
Dude, that's such a fun idea, man. What? So these other books and stuff, you've got the card game going right now on Kickstarter. How much of that other stuff can we actually get on that Kickstarter?
So I've got a lot of the things on the Kickstarter right now are central to the Mobimals. So I've got things like obviously you get the deck of cards, you can get the T-shirt. Um, I've got things like a challenge coin. I have a branded whiskey glass that has the Mobimals logo that's etched in it. So a lot of them right now are tied into the actual Mobimals playing cards brand. Um, but all of my Kickstarters tie together. So, um, and all the world ties together. So I'm constantly adding different add-ons. Um, that's a plushie of my Benjamin Bugsy Siegel character. Um,
Mhm.
so, but yeah, actually, I'm going to be introducing some add-ons later this week, kind of doing an all-in package that gets you, my whole, the kitchen sink of the Dust Bunny Mafia library that
Yeah.
um, I'm planning to put up in the campaign. See if I've had some takers with the Detective Potatoes, so it's been a year since I did that. I've had a few more things to add to the collection, so.
Wendy said it. She goes, "You always have so much fun stuff," and it's so true, man. Do you like? Do you take inspiration from other Kickstarters, or are you more just like flying by the seat of your pants, going, "Man, I would love to be able to do this and play with that"? And
Both. I mean, you know me. You've seen. We've been friends online for a while, and
yeah,
um, you know, we hang in a lot of the same circles. So there's always friends that I'm, watching their campaign, supporting, um, writing stuff down, after live streams, things like that. I'm like, oh, make a note of this, see what I can do. Um, But then the other part is I do a lot of local shows. So I do arts and crafts shows, I do Comic Cons, I do library events with my comics and books, and so I meet a lot of local crafters and artisans and stuff. And so I'm like, ooh, hey, you're you do plushies. Would you be willing to, do a commission? And then it's like, all right, can you do 10 of these guys or 12 of these guys? And then I work out a deal and, then I throw it up as a Kickstarter reward and, see what happens. So, but I mean, I'm always hustling,
yeah.
always thinking about, things that I could leverage, see what my, I want to do quality items. I don't just want to have extras that people, toss away. I want it to be, hey, here's a poker chip. That's cool. That's something I can fidget with. That's, different than, a little fidget spinner or, but it actually looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like the whiskey glasses, someone's going to use that,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that idea, dude. And yeah, Wendy's dead on. You always have such interesting things on there. I want to be able to. It's one of those things where it's like I want all of it, so it's hard just to get any of it. It's like, well, I want the whiskey glass, but if I just get the whiskey glass, then I can't get all that other stuff too.
Oh, I know. I've got a good friend of mine, Chris Brimage. I don't know if you're familiar with his work. He does a comic and a novel called Mandrill PI. And that's
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, so he does, and it's like Looney Tunes meets Hellboy / True Detective. And so it's this, hard drinking Dick Tracy type mandrill that is a private investigator. And he had a level early on that was like get drawn into into a future issue. And before I really knew him, I was like, I want that. I can't justify spending $500 for a cameo with my characters. But then we got to be friends, and I'm like, all right, let's see if we can work something out. So
I love that. Have you guys been able to do a crossover yet, or we're still talking about it?
We did a one panel art, basically a pinup with his artist from the series that we used as a cross promo. So we had one of the few things that I didn't bring with me to show off. I've got, so it's a, big, 9x12 image of one of my Dust Bunny characters, like essentially hopping over a balcony in this dark alley to like, try and scare his Mandrill PI. And so we have this nice image, and we made some like mini prints that we've, if you back both of our campaigns at the time, we would send this for free kind of thing. So
that's so sweet, dude. So this question just came to my brain now because I'm like, screw it, why not? We're having fun. If you found yourself in the 20s or 30s, where do you think, what side of the law do you think you'd be on? Where do you think you would see yourself?
I mean,
that says it all. It says so what, like a bar owner or something? You have like your own speakeasy?
I mean, I probably would not want to be one of the ones confronting the gangsters, but I probably would find my way into that world somehow.
Yeah.
Businessman that wanted to make a little more money, because I mean the whole point of the mob was not the killing. The whole point was we want to run it as a business and we want to make a lot of money, and they were very good at that.
Yeah, it lasted for quite some time.
There's still some traces of it, but
well, yeah,
then the government took over, so
yeah. Now it's a much more government mandated mob. Cool, man. So, I mean, can you give us that pitch again for the book? Get people really excited for it? Well, the book and, of course, the cards.
Yeah. So, basically, Mobimals is, well, Dust Bunny Mafia is like Looney Tunes meets The Godfather. I've been doing the comic for over 10 years. On my website, on my online store, I've got almost all my books on there. I've got 3 trade style books that are 132 pages, full color, with a bunch of my original stories. I've got 5 different volumes of based on the true story, where I take real life mobster stories, adapt them, and give some history about what really happened. And right now, I'm running a Kickstarter for Mobimals playing cards, real life mobsters with animal nicknames reimagined as their animal mafia counterparts. And it's live until February 15th, and then it'll be on my store afterwards. And each card is dedicated to a different real life mobster. It's got their real name, their nickname, an animal drawing, the location that they were affiliated with, whether it was Buffalo, New York, or the Gambino crime family in New York, and then their dates of birth and death, or currently.
Yeah. Very cool, dude. Very cool. And guys, you know how this goes. For those of you who are brand new, our guest comes in, talks about the awesome thing that they do, and then they usually bring along a sweet prize package. And all I ever ask of you guys, because I know sometimes money is tight and whatnot, and we're supporting lots of things, all I ask at the very least is the link is up there. Go check it out. Share it. Show it off to your friends. If you have people who you think would love that, you have someone who collects playing cards or somebody who loves mafia stuff or noir or anything, please show it off and share it out there. Because just getting it out to as many people as possible is huge. And then, of course, with you guys doing that, I think I'm going to ask Bret if he can show us off that sweet prize package.
I do. I've got, so the prize package for tonight's trivia is going to have my Mobimals booklet, pinup volume 1, with a bunch of extras. It has a bunch of different 40 pages of Mobimals illustrations with different characters, their names, birth and death dates, things like that. So this was kickstarted last year. The winner is actually going to get a deluxe version that has a keychain, has a limited edition bar coaster, some mini prints, some stickers that are vinyl. They're die cut, they're high quality, they're practically weatherproof for like 5 years. They're also going to get a edition of my Mobimals trading cards, Series 1. And so it's the similar concept, real life mobsters with animal nicknames, reimagined as animal mobsters. And then on the back, it's facts about the real life mobsters.
So cool.
So you're going to get 2, you're going to get the deluxe edition of that. You'll get the trading cards as well as 2 variant cards that are like chasers. They're gilded edge. They're rare. They don't come in the normal pack. They'll come with their own sleeves. And you also get a one of my based on a true story booklets.
Dude.
That has about 40 pages of mobster history and fun.
That's a sweet, sweet prize package, man. Thank you so much. That's super, honestly, super generous of you. We really appreciate it. Guys, that's what we're playing for tonight. So because of that, please share this out. Show it off to everybody. Show Bret the love. And if you can, tag him in it. Like I said, share it around. And yeah, man. Bret, dude, thank you so much. I love sitting down, chatting with you. You know we're going to do this again.
I'm hoping. I'm looking forward to it.
Katrina says, that's one swell prize package. Do we still say swell? I mean, I guess you do, so we do. And that's swell of you. All right, Bret, man, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it, you dude. You know what? If you want, you can either stick around, or if you've got stuff to do, you can go. Either way, We're going to come back right after these messages, and we're going to play some trivia and find out who's going to win that awesome prize. Thanks, buddy.
Romanticized darkness, dreaming dead by sleep.
Make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Bret's sticking around. All right. Not a lot of people do, so I'm so glad you are, man.
Yeah. I mean, when you scheduled it, I was like, hey, I've got my night open, so might as well.
I opened up the hour. So what we do is, and this is gonna, I hope you have fun with this. So what Wendy and I do is we create trivia based on the ideas and themes and stuff of your project and of you. So there's some Chicago stuff in there and stuff that's kind of tangential. We also like to bring in some current event sort of stuff too. So hopefully you'll look at it and you go, oh, cool. They actually like really went in and did some cool trivia. So yeah, man, we like to make every episode personal.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I love bar trivia and that kind of vibe. So awesome.
Same. Okay. Great. Okay. So for those of you guys showing up right now, and there's a lot of you guys in the chat, by the way, today, that's freaking awesome. So we're playing for that sweet prize package that Bret showed off earlier. And what we say is, remember, no Google. The person with the most points at the end is going to win that awesome prize package. And what we ask is, again, no Google. First person to give us the right answer gets 3 points. Second gives us 2. Anyone who makes us laugh gets an extra point. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right, Wendy?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you know what? I think it's time to start. Wendy, do we have a question number 1 today, or did we jump straight ahead to 2?
No, I mean, there's 10. But they're in no particular
No
order.
particular. Okay. All right. Well, can you give us one of them?
Sure. All right. Here's the first question. It might not be number 1.
Okay.
But the first question: How often can rabbits reproduce?
Oh, I liked this one. Yeah. How often can rabbits reproduce? Because of course, Dust Bunny Mafia had to do something with that. Um, Also, guys, you can definitely answer as many times as you want. So that means that when we ask you for a specific number, you can just. We had one dude who just drops a bunch of them. We've got Pastor Michael just said 40
Once a week.
every 3 months, once a week, every 6 weeks.
No,
Is it every? Do we have a correct answer so far?
nope.
No. Nope.
Got
And
some close ones.
so one thing we did find out is, didn't you say, Wendy, they can literally get pregnant within like 10 minutes after having babies?
Yes.
So yeah, that's insane. Which means, yeah. Someone said 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks, 3 months. Katrina says every time they feel like it. All right,
Yeah, well.
Katrina's gonna, if she doesn't get the winner points, she's gonna get an extra one because that's funny. I like that. Every 2 months, once a year, every week.
You know, everybody's kind of going around it.
You're going around it. I've heard once a month. I've heard once every 3 months. Wait, did we hear once a month?
No.
No. Okay, we didn't hear it once every month. 2 weeks, 24 hours. Wendy, we're gonna have to give them. How many times do you think they can get pregnant in a year?
There we go. We got an answer.
About 12 times a year?
Approximately.
Approximately.
Okay. We got it.
So we do have it.
Yes.
Steve Vendetta got it first with once a month.
Yes.
And then Rayla Powell right behind once a month. Oh, Phil, you just missed it, buddy. Wait, Wayne said he raises rabbits. Oh, that's cool. Wayne, you can answer the question too, man.
He shouldn't have to Google.
Yeah, he said every 6 weeks.
Well, when I Googled it, it said every month.
Okay.
Sorry, I went with Google.
Yeah, right. I feel you. I feel you. You know what then? Let's give Wayne an extra point because he does raise them. So, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Katrina says I'm gonna win by a silly answers. It's possible, hon. Go for it.
Geez, who else do we have in here today?
Oh my gosh. Steve Vendetta, Wayne, Katrina, Make Two, Pastor Michael, Phil Ailing, Rayla, Kenneth Bird.
Did Kenneth answer too? I didn't see.
Yep, he did.
All right.
Yeah, that's everybody, but damn.
Okay.
What do we got? Like 10 players happening right now?
I got 8 people's names.
That's badass. All right. Question number, whatever comes next.
Yeah. Next question. All right. Let's see. What country did the first gangs in America immigrate from?
What country?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. What country did the first gangs in America emigrate from? Not Italy. Ooh. Okay, there we go. We might just France. I would love to see some French gangs.
The gangs of France. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it.
It doesn't. What do they do? Like slap you with a lace glove and then throw wine in your face?
Go catch it with an EP. We got our 3 and 2s.
We got our 3 and 2. Oh, I think I cried a little bit. Steve Vendetta gets the 3 and
Pastor
2
Michael.
is Pastor Michael? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gangs. I thought she said gays. Well, I mean, then France was an excellent choice.
So it was Ireland.
It was Ireland.
You
Yeah.
ever saw the movie Gangs of New York?
Yeah.
That's what it was about.
Oh, in Canada. Oh, Pastor Michael, you should get extra points for that. In Canada, they use shotguns. Indeed. Or, well, they
it's
use
the
lots of
Italian
things.
mafia that's
Yeah.
in Canada. Yeah, we gotta go.
Okay, question 3.
All right, number 3. This one has a number. All right. How did Chubbs Peterson, played by Carl Weathers in Happy Gilmore, lose his hand?
Do you know this one, Brett?
I don't know this one.
No. So, I mean, dude, Carl Weathers passed away this week. loved him in so many things. But his character Chubbs Peterson in Happy Gilmore, which is a hilarious golf / hockey movie, he lost his hand. So how did he lose it? And
we have our points.
We do. In fact, I believe Katrina got it first, and then Phil.
Yep.
That's right, guys. It was a gator attack. An alligator. I believe he went into the river or lake or whatever to pull out a ball, and it bit his hand off, and I think he took its eye. It was very, very messed up story.
Right.
Question 4?
Yes.
Okay.
What sort of disposable party device did Toby Keith create a song about?
Another passing away this week, which means I guess we have to have 3, right? Because it comes in 3s. I mean, you don't want it to, but that's 2 big ones this week. So Toby Keith passed away too, sadly at 62, country singer. And yeah, okay. We already have it.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get, you know what? What?
Give them each 2 points.
You're gonna give them each 2 points? Yeah. Okay.
Or we can give them each 3 because Phil came in first.
Let's give Phil and Katrina 3 points and then make 2 points. And yeah, it was the Red Solo Cups. My child hates that song, Katrina says. Red Solo Cup, I'll fill you up. Let's fucking party. No, it's let's have a party, right?
Yeah.
Always want to swear.
So in the unedited version of the music video, he does swear.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh nice. Okay. Yeah, make 2. Yeah, I got some extra points. So we're gonna jump on to question 4 and then we'll take a break. Or question 5, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Quickly.
Let's do question 5 then.
What island did the Italian mafia originate?
We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier.
Yeah, people are paying attention.
Yeah. Yep, and somebody was, apparently.
Was it Wade?
And like I said, that's where my family's from. So, yep, we got our 3 points and our 2 points. Steve Vendetta got Sicily, and then Katrina right behind with Sicily. Oh, man, this is... Phil, sick. Still getting... Everyone's still getting points.
Steve got the 3, Katrina got the 2.
Freyla, Spain's not an island. The island of Dr. Moreau. That's pretty good. Give an extra one to Pastor. That's funny. All right, guys. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to be right back with more hilarious trivia and a winner. See you in a minute.
By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one will make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out!
Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the experience. Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Rayla, 100%. I agree with you. We were just like cry laughing at the Loki thing. That was hilarious. Howard the Duck. All right, Wendy. Do we have again? Everyone, we're playing for that sweet Mobimals prize package. We're gonna show it again while Wendy is getting all the points together. And there's only like just a couple points between first and second, right? Like it's tight, 1 point. That's really tight. So guys, it's still anybody's game. So. Question number 6.
Actually only 2 points behind them.
Yeah, okay, so 3 points between first and third.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Number 6. When was the first World Series of Poker? What year?
Ooh, yeah, see, I'm a big poker head. So I had to throw this in. I play all the time. So this is when you guys get to throw in some years and see if you're right. 2000? No, Steve, it's been around a lot longer than that. Phil's the closest so far. 74 is very close, Phil. Make 2 says 79. Nope, earlier than 74, but very close. Yeah. When Texas was formed, 98. Yeah, it's so funny that I came down here to play more Texas Hold'em, and it's freaking illegal here.
Pastor Michael, that's the closest so far.
What, 73? Well, no, because then Steve Vendetta got 72. All right, now we have a correct answer. We have one correct answer. Rayla's got the 3 points. What would you have guessed, Brett?
I have no idea. I would have, with all the casino stuff in Vegas, I would have said, like 50s. Just
right?
Yeah, I said 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy thought it was the 60s too, yeah. I mean, there was a lot of poker, but I guess they didn't like really make it a thing until the 70s.
Right, guys, we do have a correct answer. Nobody's copying it.
Yeah, everyone's going beyond it. 69, nice. Yeah, we do have a correct answer, and Rayla's got it. And you guys literally 71, 69. You guys are literally going around it. I can't tell you. Wait, Texas Hold'em is illegal. Yeah.
There we go.
Wait,
yeah, and
where are you at?
Is illegal.
In Texas?
Yes.
It's illegal in Texas?
Yeah. Gambling is illegal in Texas. That doesn't stop me from playing, but yeah, it's illegal.
I didn't. Oh, I'm in Illinois, so
Yeah. I mean, we play anyways, but yeah. So Rayla got that, and then Phil got the 2 points, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And everybody else is getting their points. Question 7, Wendy.
All right. Which bowl, quote unquote, usually held during the Super Bowl, celebrates its 20th anniversary this year?
Which bowl, usually held during the Super Bowl, is celebrating its 20th year this year? Do you know this one, Brett?
I am not a big football person. I have a guess, but
it's actually not football related. And we already have people saying the correct answer right away. In fact, who got it first? Katrina and then Rayla. It is the Puppy Bowl. And I've never watched it. They just show off puppies and stuff.
Yeah.
Who are they have Barks Kelsey and I forget Patrick Mabones or something like that. I don't remember. They have dogs named after the different team members and stuff. The Blood Bowl. Is it? Katrina says it's adorable. I've heard from a lot of people it's adorable. Okay, so question number 8.
All right, what was reportedly started by a man accidentally knocking over a lantern while running from an illegal card game?
Yeah, you're actually correct there, JD. There are a lot of card houses. They have to do things a certain way to be legal. But yeah, there are a lot of card houses in San Antonio and in Austin. And Wendy, oh yeah, the fire. Rayla said a fire. I'm not going to give her points for that. We do have correct answers though. Pastor Michael gets the 3 and Rayla gets the 2.
Phil.
I was gonna say they should be able to say the full thing, not just.
Oh, Phil. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Phil.
And then Katrina.
Yeah, sorry. Phil gets the 3 points and Katrina gets the 2. It's the Great Chicago Fire, right?
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Chicago Fire.
Katrina. Yeah, sorry, Katrina. It turns out that Phil did it first. He was ahead. Sometimes things move around, and sometimes I don't notice a name because I suck. So
they
you get the 2.
actually, I've done a couple of tours about that, and where they mention that specific event. And one theory is that they were having a legal card game in a barn, and they actually spooked the cow, and so it was the cow that knocked over a lantern and started the fire that burned down the whole city.
I was dead wrong. I thought it was a gender reveal party. Ooh, too soon? Sorry. Wendy, question number 9.
All right, number 9. What was the most watched TV show of 2022 and 2023?
Oh.
So think about, because it's both years, it's a season that runs from the end of 2022 to 2023.
Is it like basically broadcast television or is it
Broadcast television.
broadcast?
yes.
So it's not including like cable or
No.
streaming.
No.
Okay. Rayla saying Succession, Survivor, Game of Thrones,
Y'all are doing cable shows.
Yeah.
These are on network TV.
NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox,
I think it's on NBS, or NBC. I think.
NBC. Yeah, thank you, Kenneth. Yeah, we are working on it, and you don't have to feel bad at all, man. We love you. We want to make sure everyone gets their stuff.
All right, so Super Bowl is in the right area, but it's an actual TV show. It happens every week.
Can you tell us something about the TV show? Give us a clue.
It has to do with sports.
Oh, okay. So it's like a TV show that has to do with sports. It's not like a sports.
Okay, so I wouldn't actually call it a TV show, but it is classified as a TV show.
Friday Night Lights Sports Center. Wendy, you might have just given us one that doesn't have an answer.
It is a sports program. All they do is show sports, and one particular sport. Yeah, one particular sport.
Okay. I didn't do this question.
I know.
WWE.
Just tell us the sport.
Yeah, just tell us the sport. What sport is it?
It's not WWE.
Restart WWE. Yeah, not wrestling. Different sport, like basketball, baseball. I don't know the answer, so I'm just throwing them out there. Hockey.
There's like 10 of them. Just
Okay, we have
throw
an
them out.
answer.
Football. Do we have correct answers, Wendy?
Yes.
What is it?
There we go. Okay, yeah. It is football.
Oh, is it?
So it's Sunday night. It's NFL Sunday Night Football.
Ugh.
It is the most watched TV show during its season.
And I apologize, everyone, for that one. And we just have one last one, right?
Yes, very
Okay,
quick.
let's do that one quick then.
Okay, hold on. I gotta do the rest of the points really quick. All right, last question, very quickly. What year was the Ice Bowl played?
What year was the Ice Bowl played? Way before the
was-
2000s, not this century.
Yeah.
In fact,
If it helps, it was the NFL championship game. It was before it was called the Super Bowl.
yeah.
It was played between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers.
We got 72, 69.
72 is close. 69 is close.
What's closer?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, you know. 69 is closer.
Yeah, it is. 1970?
No. Earlier. There we go.
67?
Somebody has the right answer.
Is it Phil Ailing?
It is Phil.
All right.
So who's gonna come?
Who's gonna say 67 again?
There we go.
Vendetta. All right, cool. So can you show off? Well, Wendy works out the numbers. Can you show off that sweet prize package one more time? Everybody, remember, go check out his Kickstarter right now. We do have a link. You guys can find it in the chat.
Yeah. So the prize pack is going to be this Mobimals based on a true story set that includes Mobimals Pinup Volume 1 that's got over 40 pages of Mobimals illustrations, along with some facts about the mobster. You're going to get a pack of the Mobimals Series 1 trading cards in this nifty foil, case. There's 15 cards in there. You're also going to get 2 chaser cards that are rare, featuring 2 mobsters. They're gilded edge. One is a silver edge and one is a red gilded edge cards. These will come in protective sleeves. There's only 50 of those that have been made in their print run. The deluxe edition of the Mobimals will also have a bunch of extras, like a branded keychain, some vinyl die-cut stickers, a limited edition bar coaster, some mini prints, things like that. And you'll also get one of my based on a true story booklets that has anywhere between 30 and 40 comics, all based on real life mobsters. And then you have some facts about the event that I parody.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Sorry, we do have to head out, but everybody, please make sure to check out that Kickstarter, and all of you sign up to claim your prize. Wendy, who's our winner tonight?
Our winner tonight by 1 point.
By 1 point.
And there was a tie for second place.
Woo!
But our winner tonight is Phil.
Phil Ailing. Congratulations, buddy. Phil, make sure we get all your information. Guys, that was so much fun. Thank you. Our apologies to the next show. We will see you guys next week with Katrina Rhodes. Have a great one. My name is Chuck, and I give a fuck. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brett.